Good morning. We're just getting all these alerts off. Good morning, everyone. Wealth Wellness Wednesday. Who doesn't like Wealth Wellness Wednesday? Good morning, everyone. This is Carroll-Sue, aka Naughty Boss, live with two
Sistas. Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0. And excuse me. This is our first podcast this week. We had great intentions of being on, and life gets in the way and we plug through. And
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, between traveling and all that kind of stuff. And here we are on Wealth Wellness Wednesday. So we still have not decided the Stunod Award. We'll get to that at some point. So we'll keep you updated with that. We want to make sure we give due process to whomever will receive that award.
Well, not only that, but I think maybe we should announce it. We nominate somebody and we announce it from the week before. I kind of like that. So we have till tomorrow.
Okay.
Friday. We decided we were going to do it on Friday. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of in a glary position with the lighting here because I am not in my home office. I'm in my granddaughter's room. So I'm trying to get the right lighting, but it's not working out too well, but that's okay. Does not matter. Wealth Wellness Wednesday, there are so many things that we can be celebrating when we talk about Wealth Wellness Wednesday. One of them obviously is wellness, kind of being mindful of, are we on track for the week? We're kind of in that, they call that the hump day. Did we, really execute and follow through with our mindset? Did we already triumph over something, derailment that was going on? I know that I did, and I'm going to chat about that because we have to, we can't just preach it. We got to, show accountability to all of our listeners and our viewers. And as most of you know, I'm on a 90-day Ultimate Thriver Challenge. I'm an Ultimate Thriver contestant. And, it's a 90-day process. So far from a food consumption, that's been going very well. We are not supposed to have any sugars or carbs. And I have to say, yesterday was really kind of my one time that I had a carb, and I didn't feel guilty about it because while I'm very structured and strict to make sure that I'm successful, I also am mindful of my surroundings, that I am traveling, that sometimes that happens. So I went out to lunch yesterday with Uncle John, and we went to a cute little restaurant called Tomato and Vine, or Tomato and something. It's near Tappan something near Southstein Highway in Rocky Hill. I think it's called
Wine and Tap, or Tap and Wine. And
Tap it. Well, but it's beyond that. The name of the restaurant is Tomato something, but it's a brand new restaurant. But they do a great lunch special. So I had a cup of pasta vazul, and most people know that with pasta vazul, guess what? There's a little pasta in it, but I only got a cup. So I felt pretty good about that. And the cup was actually a half a cup, which would be equivalent to a half a cup from an ounce perspective. So I felt really good about that. And then they had a special, and I want to say it's $5.99, which was great. You can get a regular salad or a Caesar salad. I chose the Caesar. What happened?
we froze up just momentarily.
Oh, okay. So I did get a side, came with a salad. So I got a Caesar salad, which obviously Caesar dressing's not the best, but it was a small salad. So again, did not feel guilty. And then of course, Uncle John said, you have to try the pizza because he knows that obviously there's a lot of pizza snobs in Connecticut and everyone boasts which one's better, whether it's North Haven, whether it's New Haven, whether it's Marion, like everyone's always boasting they got the best pizza. Overall, the state's got great pizza, let me tell you that. And you can't get this kind of pizza in Florida, although I think I found one place that's close. But anyways, their pizza, and I just got the plain, no extra toppings, nothing. I pulled the cheese off where I could, which is difficult with a cheese pizza, and I had maybe a little bit of that. I tend to be, as much dairy-free as I can, but I also allow myself, I can't control when I'm out sometimes to a certain degree. But anyways, so you got the slice of pizza and the side salad, and it was $5.99, so it was a great deal. But the pizza was delicious, so I didn't feel guilty one bit. But again, I'm still keeping overall, on point with my wellness for this 90-day challenge. And then I met up with some high school buddies, and I was pleased because she had some great hors d'oeuvres out. She had filet mignon, sliced nice, small and thin. She had roasted artichokes. Roasted Brussels sprouts. She did have roasted potatoes. I did not eat those. And she had some great, she made ceviche, but she made it with shrimp. So it was cooked shrimp with some cilantro. It was very, very tasty. So it was yummy. So I was all on point with that. And as far as, the 90-day challenge with having absolutely no alcohol, they say if you're going to, it's got to be a vodka. So I actually only had a half of a martini. It's very straight, very neat, and no extra sugars. And then the rest of the night, it was water. So, I was really impressed. The only thing that I'm lacking this week, I'm still getting great water intake, but not the gallon. That's been impossible being at a cheer comp. I cannot be running to the bathroom every 15 minutes, but I did make sure that I made up for it with the times that I could. And I've actually picked that up. So I think overall for the whole week, considering I've been keeping that wellness mindset. How about you, Jam?
Yeah, I mean, I'm limited, but here's the thing, especially when you're working on your wellness and you're working on your nutrition, because for me, it's always a daily work kind of habit. And you should never feel, I think as women, we feel guilty when we eat something.
Right.
And you just, you explain like what you've been, your last couple of days with everything going on, and how you can like really look at it objectively and say, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. When you actively participate in your wellness journey, that is huge. Okay. So, you supplied your body with good nutrition, and, you made necessary, what you felt was right for you, adjustments. And that's the beauty of like being actively involved, in your wellness. That's what it's all about. So don't feel guilty. The only time that you may feel guilty is like if you've eaten a bag of chips. And for those who can't see me, I am raising my hands because I've done that before quite a few times, and I've always paid for it. So guess what I don't do? I don't buy chips to begin with, because I know I can't be trusted around a bag of chips. And that icky feeling. So of course I would feel guilty after I ate a bag of chips. So yeah.
And I think, like, you're right. I think we're kind of too hard on ourselves to a certain degree. However, if you are in a challenge such as I am, there are going to be times where, and I was grateful for the choices that I had, because everything else was, pasta dishes, very rich, which I knew I could not do. They did have a plain salad, but I don't like a plain salad unless it's like a tomato salad, which, considering the name of the restaurant, I was hoping they had a tomato salad, but they did not. So you do the best you can, and you make those adjustments. And if you have to do it within the same day, you do it. So as you notice, I had this slice of pizza, I had this side salad, but it was a Caesar salad, which is not the healthiest salad. I made up for it during dinner time. No starches at all, no carbs, fish, and I had the filet, no potatoes, no bread, and it was filling, it was enjoyable because I had that bigger meal. Now, the other key piece that is the struggle for me, which this may not be a struggle for other people, I'm used to being an intermittent faster. So with an intermittent faster, you don't generally break, usually have that window to eat, right? So for me, I usually fast 18 hours and have a 6-hour window. Or sometimes it's a 20, I would say on the whole, I do more of a 20-hour fast and a 4-hour window to eat, to be honest, because I was never a breakfast eater to begin with. Well, with this challenge and with this new formulation of Thrive Elite, which is the classic, but with added ingredients for fat absorption, you have to eat more, but they have to be smaller meals more often. And for intermittent faster, that I've been doing that for over 3 years, that is a huge hurdle because I'm not used to eating in the morning. So what I've been doing now is I always broke fast late in the afternoon with my 3 easy steps, my Thrive steps. Now I'm doing it in the morning, which is, makes me filled up right away. In addition to it has a great appetite control. So I am not hungry. So trying to balance, okay, I know I'm not hungry, but I know I have to eat. I have to eat smaller, more frequent meals. That has been a struggle the last week, but I've been, doing the best I can.
And, I think when you first started chatting, you said something about rails, which made me thought, and this is kind of off topic, maybe thought of what's sitting in Gary's dump truck right now, which are the tracks to the choo-choo trains. And yeah.
Yes, the ongoing. Well, it was funny because, I was talking to other friends about it. And when you take out, when you're in that mode of like, decluttering, getting rid of things, downsizing, only really keeping the necessary items. And then you have the other spouse bring home, in this case, a very large item. It is, what is it, 3 cars? And
No,
they're life size, or there's
4 or 5.
Okay, 4 or 5 cars, and it's a train set. And I'm not talking about the train set that goes around tree people. It's a scaled train set, which could accommodate toddlers and like 8, 9, 10, 11-year-olds. That's how big this thing is. And then he went to get the tracks. And so you wonder, especially, I didn't realize it was 4 or 5 cars, like where you're going to put that.
Well, that's the question.
So
I told them that when he's gone for a day, I'm going to have a crew over and set it up to go down the flipping Malillo Circle Hill, and I'm going to blindfold them and put them in it and just.
Well, a mutual friend of ours, George, said, well, why don't they set it up around the house? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure Jan's going to go for that one.
Gary mentioned something about in the backyard, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
okay.
Well, people, and he's so good. He's so good with models. He's excellent model maker. But again, how many models can you have in the house? But that's his passion. So, it's, sometimes on that Wealth Wellness Wednesday, you're like juggling the mindset all over again for Monday mindset, because you want to keep your stress level down and your wellness up. And then you get kind of a doozy thing like that going on.
Yeah, exactly. And speak of the devil, I think I just heard him walk in the door. But moving on, let's chat about Wealth Wellness Wednesday.
Absolutely. It's a day that we absolutely love. It's about paying it forward to an unsuspecting person. So this does not mean donating to your favorite charity. It's not loaning money to your friend or your family. It is not even helping your neighbor out. Those are all good things, all great things. But Wealth Wellness Wednesday has to do with an entrepreneurial mindset of the more money that we have. And you don't have to necessarily be an entrepreneur. You could be working 9 to 5. But the more money that you have, the more value that you can add to your community and or put out in the universe to help other people. And how do you put that mindset out? Well, you take it with an action, that is to give a financial exchange to someone you don't know, and how you can do that several different ways. We've given pretty much very typical ways of doing it each week. But it could be as simple as you're dining out and, you customarily give it X amount of tip, or maybe you doubled that. Or, maybe you gave a person that's an employee of the restaurant who doesn't normally get a tip. Maybe you just hand them a bill. And again, it has nothing to do with the monetary amount. It could be $1, $5, whatever you want, you decide that. But it's about giving to someone that is going to be surprised, number one, and number two is they're not expecting it. So it makes them feel good. It makes them feel like there's kindness in the world, that there's gracious and gratitude out there that are willing to pay a stranger, give money to have a financial exchange with someone they don't know. Like, it sounds crazy. One of my all-time favorites is the gas station, especially now. The other piece would be everyone's talking about the cost of eggs. Why not buy some eggs to a family that's in need that you don't know? So how do you do that? Well, go down to your local pantry, food pantry, and say, you know what, I want to donate, 3 dozen eggs to help out those that need eggs. There's very creative ways that you can do it, but the key piece is it's got to be someone you don't know. And you just, when you know that you've just completed that really paying it forward attitude and mindset, you start imagining, wow, what are they going to feel like? Are they going to be excited? Are they going to, do the same maybe down the road for someone else? The possibilities are endless about really pouring into kindness and gratitude. So I absolutely love this day.
Yeah. And, what a great way to surprise someone. And, we all know the cost of everything has gone up, and maybe it's something as simple as looking at your dry goods in your pantry or where you store all that stuff, and maybe, donate some of your canned goods, maybe something that you haven't had in a while, and you're like, you know what, somebody would really benefit from this. It doesn't have to be this huge thing. It's the simplest of gestures that can really affect someone's day. And what better way to do that than sharing the wealth? And on that note, wow, this has been a great podcast so far. And sorry, I had to adjust myself on my seat. I'm having issues. Yikes. Who isn't having issues, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm praying to the gods of travel that today is a good day for travel, that there's no setbacks. Interesting fact, though, speaking of that in particular piece of information, I did not realize that 2 hours after our system's quote through the FAA, that Canada, who has the exact same system, their system went down as well. Which leads you and I didn't realize that, which leads you kind of believe, was that some sort of test? I don't know. It was just kind of odd, just kind of freaky, that, because they said there was a glitch in the system. How could Canada have the same glitch and they're in another country, although they do have the same system as we do? So I thought that was interesting.
Yes, and of course the middle of the country, blast of winter, like feet and feet of snow. Of course, in the Northeast, we haven't had any, so maybe a dusting once or twice, like just a little dusting where you can see it on the grass. And of course, all the area ski resorts, I guess, are praying to the snow gods, and I can certainly understand that. It's been one of those winters that, I can't remember a winter like this. Obviously, it's been very cold, and I am that person who's always cold. But I can't remember a winter like this where, we're almost a week and a half, 2 weeks left in January, and we really haven't had.
There was a winter not too far from when we departed Massachusetts. Within those last couple of years, there was a winter like this that we hardly got any snow. So it's not unusual. It does impact, those kinds of resorts. And thankfully, a lot of them do have snowmaking equipment. So the temperature is right for that. So that's what they're doing. But I know, like, children, they absolutely love to go sled riding and, that piece to it. So that's kind of missing. But on the other side of that, a lot of people chatting that, well, it's kind of nice to be out in January running errands and not worrying about slipping and, icy conditions and slippery roads. So, there's always a blessing out of something, when it impacts safety. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yes, absolutely. And on that note, we all hope that you have an amazing Wellness Wednesday. Go out and surprise that unsuspecting person and add that sparkle, add that wow feeling to their day, and watch them twofold give to someone else. My name is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, and I am with
TwoSistas, and this is Carroll-Sue, aka Naughty Boss, ready to do some fun time with the grandkids before I take off again. We'll be back in New England, not next month, but I think the month after that. So hopefully then, hopefully then the travel conditions will be just as good regarding snow and ice and all that. You never know, because that's really a lot of times where the nor'easters come in. But whatever it is, Wellness Wednesday, pay it forward, be kind. Always have your patience in your pocketbook, your handbag, your wallet, because a lot of people need it, but also give from the heart, because you never know how much you can impact someone's day, as well as throwing into the universe that entrepreneurial spirit of the value of having more money and the impact that it can have on others. With that, we will chat with you tomorrow on Trending Thursday. We do not have a guest on tomorrow, so we are going to try to get in our normal time, which is about 7:30-ish. If not, you never know. We may just do it in the morning again. We love that flexibility. But anywho, you guys have a great day. See you tomorrow.
And just one quick thing, Heather Lee, thank you for watching our niece in Florida. We'll see you later, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.